Glasgow is an amazing city for a convention organiser because it works from top to bottom, from the Lord Provost's office, and we had the Bailey Brutt, who came to join us. Do you know, he was supposed to be 20 minutes with us on Wednesday night, but I gave him into Tony Jashimal's hands and said, well, we'll see you later. 3 hours later, having travelled around the Kelvin Grove, he was still there having a drink. They had to change the shift of his bodyguard because he ran out of hours. They really get involved with their visitors, and they say they have to because Edinburgh gets natural business and Glasgow has to work a little bit harder. Well, I tell you what they do. That from all of the connections I've had from start to finish, when I look at Scott Taylor and his marketing team, he sent Evie over to Barcelona to help sell the idea of Glasgow last year, and her team have all been fantastically helpful. They came up with the idea of the tartan, and we thought, well, it's a good idea, but will anyone be interested in buying some tartan while they're here? But we didn't take a risk on it. Ingalls Buchan and Kevin and his team took the risk. And we loved the idea from start to finish. We started to put it on our email signatures and so on. And do you know something? They have sold a huge number. It's added a real buzz to this. So this is how they get involved. They've been very helpful. When I come to the SECC, we're like a sort of Distripress rugby ball being passed along that we met with the salespeople to begin with. This was Peter Emmerd, my predecessor. And Robin Miller and his team sold the whole idea of Glasgow to them. Then we met from January. We had the planning team and with Lynn and her team, and they were all fantastic. And then Lynn broke the news to me in July. She said, you know, I'm not going to be with you that week. And I trembled a bit, and I was very afraid. I said, why? She said, no, I do the planning. I don't do the delivery on the week. But then, of course, I calmed down when I saw Abby, and I saw the security team, Sheila and her people on the doors. I knew everything would be fine. They have been an absolutely fantastic team here at the SECC, and I said to them, if anyone needs any recommendations from a trade association, I'm very happy to give it. And Scott Taylor, who's, as I say, head of marketing for this city, said, can we bring a video crew in to interview you so you can say some of these things? I said, well, look, I'm busy today. I said, but tonight I'm having a few drinks in Ashton Lane. Bring the video crew down there. I may not be as coherent as you might want, but I will be very enthusiastic. I also want to pay very much thanks to our own team. And before I get to our full-time team, we've got the external Distripress team, and you will see them now because every one of them, actually they're not here yet, but they will be wearing white t-shirts like this, which were made for us, and so we're all starting to wear them. We have DM&C from Vienna, which is Ivo and Susie. They are an external events management company who help us with the social events. They've worked with us now 4 times. They've been absolutely superb. Susie and I are very different. She's very Germanic and sorted out and very pleasant, and she relaxes by running 10Ks. I relax with a couple of beers and a curry, but we get on very, very well together. We've worked as a good team. They've managed the hotel stock this whole year, and everything I think has gone very well on that, so I'd recommend them very highly as well. We have over here a guy called Giltican, who is a real star. He really is. Giltican, I can't even describe what this guy does. He yeah, absolutely. You know, he would sit down with a drawing of this empty space. You know, when we got here on Thursday, I felt very bleak. It had the remnants of a failed concert by Lionel Richie. He didn't turn up, he had a sore throat, but still, the seats were all here. There was a scuffed black floor. I said, we can never get this ready, you know. But then, slowly by slowly, it all happened. Giltican had drawn out all the drawings from here, but he doesn't just do the drawings. He actually puts this stuff up and delivers it, and he's banging things in, and he drove his car with a trailer from Munich to bring it in here. So absolutely fantastic. And as I say, he and I are quite different, but in some strange imaginary world, I could imagine us living together, you know. I could, and, you know, there would always be football on the TV, wouldn't there? There would always be cold beers in the fridge and a kebab on the grill. So we would be happy enough, somewhere between Munich and Zurich. And then we've got the sorted media guys here, who I've always told you all week to ignore. I saw some in the editing suite yesterday. in their hotel room. I saw some of the rushes of what they're doing. You're going to see it in a minute, because when we've finished and you start your lunch, we're going to see a 6 or 7 minute preview of the video they've been taking all week. But we're also, for those who missed the forum day on Monday, we've also been able to capture Ellis Watson's speech and other speeches, Tom Fender from HIM, Narain Yashamal and so on. So if you want to see any of these speeches again, we haven't got all of them, but we've got most of them. You'll be able to click on that on the website in, 10 days, 2 weeks' time, something like that. We will also have 2 videos from the Congress, which we will share with other people as well. So Sorted Media Production have done a fantastic job. Rock and roll, boys. Now, last year, I invited the Distripress staff up in Barcelona to get a little present that my wife had gone out to buy for them. I said, look, don't get too excited. I also gave her a budget, which is quite strict. But she's done, as always, very well with the budget. But they said, no, don't do that again, though. We didn't mind one time, but don't do that again. But actually, I'd like to invite Anita, Sue, Gabby, and Alex. You come and present. And my wife has got a little present for you to say thank you, because... Oh, Anita, here she is. I promise you, the phrase, "this could not have happened without you," is never more apt than it is here. These guys have really made this thing happen. And stay there, please, because we're going to take a photo in a second after, at the end, but just please stay there. Okay, so from my point of view, I want to say I've had a blast. I'm almost in 2 minds. You know, you come to the end of something like this and you think, wow, I'm glad it's gone well and we can relax now. There's part of me that thinks this has passed far too quickly and we could do another couple of nights of eating haggis, standing up in quite busy receptions. You know, I'm getting used to that now. Anyway, I wish to see you all through the year, but if not, in Toronto next year. And thank you very much for joining in 57th Distripress in Glasgow. It's been a blast. Thanks very much.